What's up, Lite Nation?
Oh, is this how we're opening this?
This is how we're gonna open this video.
Oh, cool.
What's up, Lite Nation?
Hey.
So we are sitting in a Cane's parking lot right now, eating lunch. And we're not sitting here by choice. We're sitting here because we're stranded. Because our Corvette, our new drift car, has stranded us. It will not start, and we don't know why.
Fuel pump fuse is good, relay's good.
We double checked the fuel, fuel's good. It's everything that we've checked is good. We don't have fuel pressure though. We have checked that, but we don't know if that's because, honestly, I don't know.
Supposedly the fuel pump was already replaced.
Yeah, supposedly the fuel pump was already replaced. It has a 06 fuel pump in it. There's the culprit right there. Look at her. But lucky for us, whatever the case, my beautiful mother came and rescued us. Also, luckily, because she brought our Sequoia, and we were able to go through the drive-thru of Cane's and actually get food because they wouldn't let us walk through the drive-thru. I was starving. It's like 4 o'clock. Without my mom coming to rescue us, I probably would have starved. And we came to Cane's to eat, turned it off, noticed that their dining room was closed, and then went to go restart the Corvette, and it would not restart. Anyways, my mom came and rescued us. So, because she's the greatest mom in the whole wide world. But yeah, we're trying to figure out what's wrong with that. Look at it. Would you just look at it? Ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest, you guys. This is not endearing me to this car right now. One of the biggest perks of my 350Z was how reliable it was. The 350Z, when we first bought it, was a proven drift car. It had already been competed in and it was pretty sorted out. This has not necessarily been sorted out, so that's part of the issue there. But yeah.
It's dumb that they didn't just like
This is dumb. Okay, so I went back to the house to grab the Supra so that we had a second car that ran. And we are, well, I left Kevin at Cane's waiting on Aaron and True. They're meeting us up there with one of our trailers so that we can trailer the Corvette to the shop and hopefully get to the bottom of what's wrong with it, which means that tonight is probably going to be a really long night. So I just pulled out, and it's running.
One up to the left of it.
It's running. Kevin, True, what's up, True? Kevin, what did you do?
I fixed it. I fixed it by appearing.
By appearing?
You know what? That's actually kind of shitty because now we have no idea. So literally, as they pulled up, Aaron pulled through the drive-thru with the truck and trailer to go probably get some unsweetened iced tea.
Did you get your unsweetened iced tea?
Yeah, and he jumped it, and I was like, you know, I put it in neutral. I was gonna start pushing it back, and I just hit the start button, and it literally fired right up. I've been here for 3 hours.
Damn.
Does it have gas in it?
It does now.
Thank you very much.
That's our third 5-gallon jug.
You just put gas in it and now it starts?
No,
no, we had put like 5 gallons, then tried it and it wouldn't do it. We put another 5, tried it, it wouldn't do it. That's 15 right there. Well, that won't all go in, but yeah. You don't look happy.
Glad to help. See you later.
Look at that. It's like brand new.
So you might ask, Kevin, why are you going to Discount Tire when you just put brand new tires on the Supra? Well, the Supra has 600 horsepower now, so we need to do something about that traction stuff going on.
So we're back here at Discount Tire in Decatur with Chris. Now Chris said, hey, I saw your video, your car is making 600 horsepower. So the Nitto NT555 R2s are the Nitto's brand new drag radial.
Yep.
But what's good about it is it has good wet weather traction. You can see it has channels. It's got like a 6 out of 10 on wet weather, 10 out of 10 on dry traction.
Yep.
I was just told it's gonna be freaking amazing. And then on the front, we're not going to run a drag radial up front, but they have like a sister tire, like a tire that they pair with it, and that's a brand new tire from Nitto.
Right, and this will give you the same performance speed-wise. I mean, you're still going to get top-end speed with the front tire and the steer tire, but you're going to also get better the wet weather traction coming off the front. So
right, so we have plenty of grip here. So these are NT555 G2s and NT555 R2s. All right, so what we have here is a 305 3519 and a 255 4019. I mean, look at the difference. Hold those right, put those right next to each other. I mean, That's gonna be a fat tire on the back of this thing. Are we sure it's even gonna fit?
We're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it fit one way or another. Okay, so you can see the difference in the tires here, the width, the height, because this is a 295 30 and this is a 305 35, so it's gonna be wider and taller. So these tires we blew through right away because, well, we drove them like 3,500 miles, 4,500 miles now, and then on top of that we did a bunch of burnouts. And a bunch of donuts and everything, and actually they wore down really well. I'm so really surprised they didn't like chunk or anything. They have a little portion right here that was probably from something in the road, but they wore down really nice for doing burnouts and donuts and everything. Doesn't look like they started to delaminate. We are down to the wear bar. This is the far inside. You can see we're down to the wear bar there, and then of course that's because of the camber, and then we have more tread on the outside because the camber kicks it in and is going to wear that down. But this is what we're going to. You can see there's the width difference and the height difference. So just like in off-roading, the extra sidewall of the tire actually provides more bite. So the smaller sidewall doesn't allow enough flex, where that big old sidewall right there is going to allow flex and allow it to be able to dig and get in and get some traction. So I'm just curious how this is going to fit. Alright guys, so we're throwing some 305, 35, 19 Nittos on the stock wheels here, and they look pretty good. They fit, but on the passenger side, there is a little box right here. This little box has a sensor in it, I don't know for what, but the tire was hitting, but it's on a bracket that's just kind of welded. It's a really flimsy bracket, so all we did to make clearance was we just pushed on the box and moved it out of the way. Otherwise, that was interfering and the tire would have been hitting. But other than that, it fits. Not sure if we're gonna need wheel spacers or not. Looks like as it cambers in some, we might, if we want to sit flush, we might need like tiny, like little 5mm spacers. So they're on, they fit. I had to pull the 25mm spacer off. You can see it's almost flush. It might need like a 5mm spacer to be super flush like the front. I love the way the front looks, but you can see those are some meaty tires back there.
So lucky for us, Texas is actually about to hold its first ever drag racing event since the coronavirus thing even happened, which is going to be held at Texas Motorplex, which, ironically enough, is where Kevin and I actually met for the very first time several years ago. So we are going to head there this evening to test out the Supra and the new tires and honestly the new tune, everything. We're going to test the entire Supra out, but first, I need a helmet because weirdly enough, I don't have one. So say hello to my little friend. Look at this, dude. All carbon fiber Simpson Bandit racing helmet. This is so dope. This has been like my dream helmet for like ever.
I have one, but it's just white and plain and not carbon fiber and not that dope.
You can't see me, but I'm I'm grinning really, really big right now. I really wanted to go carbon fiber, even though it's significantly more expensive, because I have a tiny neck and not a lot of neck. I mean, look at his neck. Look at my neck.
Yeah.
I can't hold up a lot of weight for an extended period of time, and so the lightweight helmet was a really kind of big must for me. And
Did you get it? Where's your neck thing?
it looks just super dope.
Did you get
I'm so excited.
Did you get a neck brace?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I have an
Shit.
actual Hans device. However, that's in Utah, so we did go ahead and just buy a padded neck brace because it's good to have one of those anyways. But yeah, I think we are ready for the drag strip. Okay, so we are here. First off, there's like 30-mile-an-hour wind, so I don't know how the outside footage is really going to come out in terms of audio, guys. I apologize ahead of time. Also, as far as in-car footage, when we flew to pick up the Supra, I didn't anticipate racing it so quickly. I don't have our DJI Osmo. I don't have an inside in-car action cam for this, so we're going to get as much cool footage as possible, but I don't know how well it's going to work out.
Good luck, babe.
So, in addition to all this, I'm nervous. I have never, for anyone who's curious, I've never drag raced before, except for that one time where I got 2 laps out of the Jeep, and that's it.
That's it. Just
That's
Jeep.
it.
So just a small. You don't need a long burnout. Like not
Yeah,
very
it
long.
should just be a short burnout,
Yeah,
right?
not
Okay.
very long. You're just gonna clean them off, basically.
There's so many more rules to drag racing than drifting, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't like, my heart's pumping a little bit, but it should be fun. The good news is we've had issues with like the tires hooking, but the track is so sticky that we're hoping that on the track we won't have that issue versus obviously on the street where it's not as sticky. It's been an issue. So here we go.
All right. Well, here's our first pass. I'm gonna have to actually talk a lot because they have music playing, and I'm trying not to get it copyright, whatever. Woohoo! A 10.8 at 130.
10-8
10.8
at
at
130.
130 on your very first pass.
Just so everyone knows, because I didn't explain this a second ago, so the first couple laps I'm ignoring the tree completely. I'm not trying to race the tree right now. I'm just trying to make sure that the car is running a full core mile without any issues, any hiccups, or anything
And
like that.
So what happened? Did it skip? Did it
No,
launch?
it didn't. I don't think I even need a burnout. It's so
Okay, 'cause-
sticky. So I'm going to try this one without doing a burnout, period, and see if the tires hook. Because if they do, that's one less thing for me to have to worry about, and I can actually try to focus on like loading the car up. But first run ever, I hit a freaking 10.8.
10.8. That's insane. I've never been 10.8 in a car.
This guy actually recognized us. He's been giving us some pointers. We're gonna see what happens. She's gonna try it with no burnout. He did a burnout. I don't know if she's gonna try to hit the light on this or not. So we'll see. Hopefully she doesn't spin this time. Okay, so we're having a big problem with the VSC coming back on. It as soon as she leaves the line. Let's see what happens. She's gonna ease into it this time instead of going full hand. All right, let's see if she'll stick. Still 129. She has to launch harder. break into the 10s. The 10s. There we go. 10.8 at 130. That's good. We're back to where we're at. So we just have to leave a little bit harder than that. But that's scooting. 10.8. I'm not disappointed with 10.8 at all.
All right, so I think we've figured out the formula. So that run was a 10.843, I think. A pretty solid burnout, and then basically going full send at the line. The issue is, which I know Kevin explained earlier, but again, I don't know if the audio was able to catch it because it's so freaking windy. When you have low tire pressure in this car and the car detects tire spin, it'll actually kick back on your VSC and your traction, which is what we're having an issue with, because what that does is it basically affects your power output. And so that was a really good run, but about second gear, I noticed that the VSC had turned back on. I don't know, because I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on the road, and I haven't quite figured out how to focus on both at the same time. But I don't know if it was at the launch that the VSC turned off, or if it shifted to second gear and it turned off. It didn't feel like the tire spun when it shifted to second, and it felt like it hooked really freaking well on the line. But yeah, for whatever reason, the VSC turned back on. Again, I've never drag raced before, and it should be easy. Like, okay, you just pull up, wait for the light, and go, right? But it's not that easy. Go figure. There's a lot going on, especially with this car, because we have to make sure that the VSC and traction stays off at all times, which means I'm having to press and hold the button before I do my burnout, and then I'm having to do the burnout and then make sure it's pressed, hold it again, make sure I turn it back off before I launch the car, and then the lights get me still. I'm not trying to go on the green. I'm basically waiting until like the second yellow light / green light's there before I'm actually loading up to launch. I'm trying not to let the tree affect me yet. I want to get the launch down first before I worry about my reaction time.
So, believe it or not, Brittany's turning one of the fastest times out here. We've got a lot of Camaros, a lot of Z01s. She's actually running a faster time than most all these guys. There's only a couple cars here faster. There's a 240 with an LS, another Camaro, Holden, some Audis, another Vette. So a lot of Vettes, Chargers. Oh, there's McLaren. There's the killer right there. Let's see what they run. That was a lot better.
That was good.
That was a lot better.
The VSC turned off. I just don't know when. I don't know if it was at launch or second gear. But after about second gear, I looked down and it turned off.
But as long as it's not flashing.
It wasn't
like
flashing.
If there's the top right, in the top right corner, if it's flashing or it's detecting slip, that's where it's pulling power. You're still running 130. So
okay,
that was a 10.8 at 100. You mimicked your very first run. Literally, you just have to launch harder.
That was a super solid run.
So I think the problem is I did a track day in this car, and I think I smeared and smoked the front brakes.
Remember our very first road course ever when we went and visited the car at AMS Performance?
I think I smoked the front brakes.
And we started having brake fade. I think the issue is now that I can't load up the car past 2,500 RPM or it starts to push through the front brakes. I think maybe we just might need new brakes so that I can load up the car even further before I let loose.
Yeah, so we're pretty much screwed. I mean,
we're not screwed, Kevin. I just ran a 10.8.
Yeah, no, 10.8.
And I've never drag raced in my life.
No, 10.8's it's great. So it's literally just the brakes. The front brakes are like not.
I've never done this before, and I'm faster than everyone else out here.
Almost.
Yeah,
I mean, everything's doing what it's supposed to. It just now it came down to brakes. So what happens? She's loading up the car and it's pushing through the brakes. So that was better. Try a little bit harder. Just
So my first rodeo drag racing, but I know it's not your first rodeo filming. Why is the mic not facing you when you're talking?
Because I'm not going to flip it back and forth right now.
When you were walking up to me, it totally should have been.
Yeah, because I'm talking like this.
Okay, all right.
I'm filming, I'm talking to the front of the mic.
If I go back through that footage and I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's windy and.
That's why it should be.
And I talk. No, but I also talk loud.
Okay. Hey. love you.
I love you. There's a
Not you. Oh, I love you guys too, but I love you.
There's a 3.5 minute video at this point. Just this portion.
Okay, turn that
This will be a
off.
long.
It's gonna be long.
Okay, so if we can't have the brakes holding us, then there's no point in beating up the car. I don't know. She's gonna try to maybe light it this time, like actually race against them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think Kevin's right. I think without getting better brakes on the front, I'm not sure how much better we'll be able to do. I think that was a 10.9 that I just ran. And I kind of went off the tree. Reaction time was like a 0.2, which is not great, but it's not shitty, right? I don't think. I don't know. This is fun though, guys. This is fun. It's more technical than some of the other motorsports I'm used to, but it's definitely pretty cool.
Okay, so that was your first actual race of the night.
That was my first actual attempted race where I looked at the tree and I was...
And you went. I didn't look at your reaction time or anything yet. I just know you ran a 10.9, but was it fun racing next to somebody? Like, did you see him?
Yeah, it was definitely more fun because it gives you something to like, ha, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, did you see him all, like, it all next to you?
In my rearview mirror. No, it was his reaction time was way better than mine. I think he had a 0.09 and mine was like 0.2 something. It didn't take me but a second to pass him, and then he just...
Yeah, the car's fast.
It's fast, dude.
So we just need brakes.
I think brakes and...
So right now, are we just abusing the car for no reason, or do you want to keep going?
I think so, because all my three top times are all super consistent.
Yeah.
They're 10.8, right around 10.8, 10.9, high 10.8, high 10.9, or low 10.9, and the launches are perfect. I'm not spinning tire.
Well, let me try it once before we go.
All right, here, you go. Oh, I'm gonna be, I swear to God, if you beat my time on your first try, I'm gonna be pissed. All right, good luck, I love you. Good time. It's not as good as mine. It's a good time.
Smoked your ass.
Huh?
I smoked your ass.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
11?
60 foot, a 1.6.
Okay. You're 60.
The traction came on third gear and just shut the car down. But that 1.6.
No, that 1.6. That's 0.1. I had a 1.7.
Show
my
me.
60 foot. I swear it's in here. I'll show you. My best one was
Anyway,
1.7.
that would have been, oh my God, it launched so
well.
good.
It was a perfect launch.
I was going, it was like second and then third gear, it just flashed on cut power. Like when you have a tire low light, it turns the VSC on when it detects wheel slip for like a safety reason.
Yeah.
So until we can turn all that off in the ECU somehow, so drag radials in the rain is not recommended or ever. So you're never supposed to drive with drag radials. This is my first set of drag radials, by the way. I've never owned a set of drag radials, and I've always been told like don't ever get caught in the rain.
Well,
So I got these Nitto NT555 R2s because they actually had some wet weather protection. Yeah. Well, see? Not bad.
We're all right.
Okay. So it still is sketchy as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Like
sketchy.
we were kind of like all
Hazards on.
we were kind of like all over the place. I got my hazards on because I'm going slow. But technically, if we were on just a drag radio that didn't have the wet weather, we'd probably be pulled over somewhere because I've been told you can't drive on them at all. So it's kind of nice that we can drive to the track, drag race, and then drive back even in the rain.
Even in the rain. All right, you guys. So that's it. That's all we got. 10.8 is not bad, and keep in mind we have full interior, like we're at full weight and then some.
More than full. We have the amp, we have the sub. We didn't take out the
the sub, which is built specifically to be removed, but we were being lazy, so we didn't remove it.
Well, I also wanted to know what the car does as it sits as we drive down the road. So
and
anyway,
it does fan freaking tastic. But we're gonna see what we can do to make that time even quicker. But in the meantime, I'm pretty sure it's about time we figure out just how well the new Corvette drifts. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch at LiteBriteStudios.com. All of your Lite Brite Nation decals at pixeldecals.com. Guys, we love you so much, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys.
So my mom totally knows how to quarantine the right way. We're literally just in, Jilly, don't fall in. We're literally just hanging out in the front yard in some inflatable pools. And it is honestly pretty rad. Here, let me get you a tape every.